Hey everybody, this is John with Wrestling with the Word, the YouTube channel, podcast, or whatever you so choose to call it. Every once in a while I get asked about my tattoos. Hey John, why is that significant to you? Where did you find it in the Bible to get it turned into a tattoo form? What is the significance of it to you? I would love to get on here every once in a while, tell you about each tattoo individually, give it enough time so that way we could actually dive into it as to see why I actually got these tattoos. Let's dive in first with the story of Hosea and Gomer. Now, I'm sure if you can see this, you're looking at that going, why do you have a man, a woman? Why is she in chains and shackles? Why is that so significant that you got that tattooed on your body? There's so much to the story. I would love to tell you about it, so I'm going to try and get to this as quickly as possible. Hosea was a man of God. Gomer was a prostitute. They got married, they had kids, and then Gomer fell back into prostitution. Yes, you heard that right. They got married, had kids, and yet she still fell back into prostitution. And then Hosea went out. He tried to find her. He couldn't find her anywhere. He was on the verge of giving up looking for his wife. And then he heard the voice of the Lord say, "Go out, Hosea. Go again. Go find her." So he went to an area that most people like him would not want to be. And he found her, being sold to the highest bidder. So he goes up to the man selling her and he says, "Sir, that is my wife." And the guy says, "I don't care if she's your wife, sister, mother, brother. If you want her, you're going to have to pay for her." So he paid for what was already his to set her free. He did what no other man there was set out to do. He paid for what was already his. Every other man there was going to pay for her to use her, to make her their slave. But he paid for what was already his. And that is the story of the gospel. God came down in the form of man. And when he went up on the cross as Jesus, and he bled out, he died for yours and mine transgressions. Isn't that beautiful? And I got news for you. The story of Hosea and Gomer, God is Hosea, and you and I are the perfect depiction of Gomer. We all came to God in chains and shackles, whether you grew up in the church or whether you're just now trying to get to know him. We all have things that we're struggling with. And if you're right now thinking, "I've never struggled with anything. I don't do drugs. I don't have sex, I don't do this, I don't do that." Maybe the one thing that you struggle with most right now is pride. We all have things that we need to lay down at Jesus' feet. And in that story, when I told you that she fell back into prostitution, that's us. We have fallen back into our sin time after time. And yet Jesus paid for what was already his. So if you're right now, this is the first time you're hearing anything about God, I just want you to know that Jesus, he loves you. He came down in the form of man because he thought that you were worth it. He loves you. It doesn't matter what anyone around you is saying. He thinks that you are worth it. And I want you to know right now that it does not matter how many people in this world are against you. If God is for you, the naysayers of this world do not stand a chance. I love you guys. God bless.